the way that we've done things in the past, the acceptance of conflict as a normality, and we challenged that, and we felt that by getting people working together and focus on the solutions and coming to a common understanding of how everybody would benefit to a greater extent by participating in a collaborative model than they would by seeking short-term individual goals, that everyone would benefit, and those are the outcomes that we've achieved on these 9 projects.
You know, I back up exactly what Al's saying. The biggest one to me was the backlash of the old way to do it, and nobody really likes change when it comes right down, and certainly nobody really likes to be challenged when they think they have it all worked out. So getting all the parties on side to do that and keeping them on side, which is a daily ongoing thing as they fall from one side to the other, was the huge challenge. And for me, I think the biggest challenge.
I think it's partly human nature. If we perceive that someone is threatening us or challenging us, we tend to get into entrenched positions, take defensive positions, and that shuts down collaboration, that shuts down cooperating on things. So part of it's a human thing, and part of it is simply because that's the norm. People think that if I'm doing my job properly, I'm defending my company's position, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. When in fact, if they can go above and beyond that and still defend their company's position, actually do it more effectively by actually engaging in a collaborative process that helps drive the solutions that reduce or eliminate the delays on projects, that reduce the disputes. You know, these 9 projects we've done, we don't have a single financial dispute, and we've not had a single delay as a result of an RFI or anything like that. So the proof is in the outcomes that we've been able to achieve.
You know, going back to the way the old things were done in the old way, it's a little bit of a trick to not shut somebody down and make them think that their idea is wrong, because in most part their ideas aren't completely wrong, but more how we go about doing it and taking into consideration the whole project, the bigger one, and that taking that idea is beneficial to the company. The company will do better, your personal company will, if everybody does better and everybody works together.
Number one, we've had 0 incidents on the 9 projects we've been involved with. So our safety record is, we've had a perfect safety record, well over 100,000 man hours on site now, and that's in a very challenging industrial environment. So we're proud of the safety record. The financial aspect of the projects worked out very well as well. We've certainly achieved our objectives, and I know that the owner has as well. We've achieved the quality standards that were anticipated. We've completed every project on time or ahead of time. And I doubt that any of those outcomes would have been as good or as positive if we had not been using a collaborative model.
You know, from a trade point of view, manpower turnover is huge. The training that has to go involved with the new person that comes on site, getting them comfortable with the site and stuff, and we experienced almost a 0 turnover. With including everybody in the process and making their opinions valuable, we managed to hang on to them.
And maybe the most important factor of all is it's a fun place to go to work now, because we know that whatever the challenge comes up, whatever the issue is, that we can work together with this group of people, and collectively we'll find solutions for them, and that as that confidence is built over having the proof of those solutions having been implemented, it is a fun place to go to work. It really has created a positive spirit. The way that we managed to build the collaborative model was done very incrementally. It was done with no great promise at the outset. We developed an understanding of what the project participants were looking for their own benefits, and where there was capability to contribute. We then synthesized that informally into an understanding as to what would be the common goal, so to speak. That it would be the goal that would provide all of the participants with the highest degree of benefit. And we did that by simply involving participants in whatever the challenge was, and as they saw that their collaborative input on that produced outcomes that benefited them, then that further drove the collaboration to the point where now it's the cultural norm. It's just the way that people are on these projects, and it's just what we do.
You know, I think it's a constant negotiation now in the new world, and I hate to say that, but it is. Nothing is ever finished. It's an ongoing thing. Even from where you put the washroom to what's going on the job site, it's a constant negotiation, and a willingness to buy into that and be part of it was huge.
background is a lot of research that we've done on the different types of models that have happened in industrial construction and residential and commercial construction, and then taking a look at the theories and trends and techniques that have been used on each approach. What we found in the vendoring one, the important part there is we like to talk about how vendors sell hot dogs. They don't sell services. They don't sell valuable construction services. And really that's about being the torque master. So you're looking at how can we get the lowest price for us? How can we squeeze these suppliers and vendors so that we get the best price for our project? And it's a lot about the classic 3 bids in the buy, going for the lowest cost and not really thinking about the value that the owner receives and the value that's received on the job site. On the new collaborative approach, we see a lot more collaboration and dialogue. We see the vendors or suppliers or partners being involved up front. So they're actually, who better than an electrical contractor to talk about where they're going to lay conduit for the electrical than the electrical contractor. So by bringing those people early on in the process when you're making the design decisions, it's a lot more effective, a lot more efficient, and that collaboration can actually reduce the total cost of the project, which then also helps increase the benefit, and both financially and project-wise for all parties involved. The last 60 years, the construction industry in Western Canada and North America has not gotten better. So, it's not proud for me who comes from the industry to say, I've been a part of this, and in my generation or in the time I've worked in it, it hasn't gotten better. So in the time that we have left and the types of projects that we're doing, let's work on it to get them, have the best outcomes, and actually do some projects that we're proud of. Your traditional project that you see, over budget, over time, over cost, it's not something that you're proud of. You don't go home to your wife and say, hey, guess what, honey? I worked on this project and we were 3 months delayed and we billed an extra $100,000 that we weren't exposed to. Look at us. That's not something that people do and are proud of. It's much more about, we did this project. We're on time, we're on budget. We're actually under both of those, and the client is over the moon and they want to hire us for the next project. That's the type of relationship and trends that we're moving towards. Some of the younger generation coming into the workforce, they haven't had some of those negative experiences. So by bringing them in and fostering them in the right environment, it's easier to get them there. So it's a lot harder, if you fall 2 steps down, it's a lot harder to go up again. So it's all about, how can we actually work to bring this in so it is the norm.